You know that feeling when you scroll through endless listings of adjustable beds, see glossy photos of sleek frames, and think, maybe this will finally let me read in bed without a sore neck, only to end up with a piece of furniture that creaks, won't stay where you set it, or takes forever to assemble. I've been there, and I've also spoken to a handful of people who tried a few different bases before landing on one that actually lives up to the hype. That's why today's review is all about cutting through the marketing fluff and letting you know if the Serta baselogic Level 4 adjustable base is the kind of thing that will actually improve your nightly routine, or if you'd be better off sticking with a simple platform. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's start with the first thing most buyers worry about, the setup. Adjustable bases are notorious for requiring a small crew and a lot of patience. The baselogic model ships with a set of 12-inch legs that stack in 3-inch increments, which means you can raise the whole frame up to 3 feet in 1-foot steps. In practice, that translates to a fairly quick assembly. Just slide the legs into the pre-drilled sockets and lock them in place. You don't need a power drill or a friend to hold the mattress while you screw things together. The design is deliberately tool-light. For people who live in apartments or move frequently, the removable legs and the zero-clearance profile are a genuine time saver. You can fold the frame down, roll it up, and slide it through a standard door without knocking anything over. Now let's talk about the everyday use case that matters most, getting into that perfect recline for watching a show, reading, or easing back pain. The wireless LCD remote is soft touch and sits on the nightstand, so you're not constantly reaching across the mattress to hit a button. The remote displays the current head and foot angles, which helps you remember where you left it the night before. In my own testing, the head lifted smoothly from flat to a 45-degree incline in about 3 seconds, and the foot adjusted just as quickly. That speed matters when you're trying to get comfortable after a long day. You don't want to feel like you're operating a ship's helm. One of the hidden trade-offs with any motorized base is the noise level. The Baselogic's motors are fairly quiet. I could barely hear them over the volume of my TV. However, the quietness isn't absolute. In a completely silent bedroom, you'll notice a faint hum when the frame is moving, especially when the foot section is extending. If you're a light sleeper who wakes at the slightest sound, that might be a consideration. For most people, the noise is negligible compared to the benefit of being able to adjust without getting up. Battery life is another practical point that often gets overlooked. The remote itself uses 2 AA batteries, and because it's wireless, it never draws power from the base. The base's own power draw is minimal. Once it's set, it stays put without any ongoing consumption. The real utility here comes from the built-in USB-A and USB-C ports on the side of the frame. I plugged my phone charger and a small reading lamp into those ports while the head was raised, and both devices stayed powered without any extra adapters cluttering the nightstand. That convenience is a small but appreciated detail for anyone who likes to keep a phone, tablet, or a reader within arm's reach while lying down. Who should actually consider buying this Serta model? First, anyone who spends a lot of time in bed doing more than just sleeping. Think avid readers, Netflix binge watchers, or people with chronic lower back issues who benefit from a gentle foot-elevated position. The ability to split the head and foot angles independently means you can find a sweet spot for circulation without compromising on comfort. It's also a solid option for smaller living spaces because the foldable design and the fact that the legs can be removed makes storage less of a nightmare if you ever need to move the frame into a storage unit. On the flip side, if you're a minimalist who only needs a flat, sturdy platform for a mattress, this base probably adds more cost than you'll ever recoup. The motors, remote, and USB ports are nice, but they don't add value if you never plan to adjust the head or foot. Likewise, people who are extremely budget-conscious may want to compare the Baselogic's price against a basic box spring, because the premium is essentially paying for the convenience of motorized movement and the Serta brand's reputation for comfort. In terms of durability, the frame feels solid enough for everyday use. The metal chassis doesn't wobble when you sit on the edge, and the legs lock securely at each height increment. I did notice that the removable leg brackets, while convenient, can be a little fiddly the first time you adjust them. There's a small learning curve to make sure each leg clicks fully into